miscommunication, and overzealousness, anticipation. These are all things that lead to where we are now. What that means for you, absolutely nothing. Welcome to Book of Saints. We're so happy to see you. We have no announcements. We're already a little bit late, so we're going to jump right into it. Let's go ahead and jump in and meet our players, shall we?
Hello. Playing Jason Dorn, enjoying my time here. Glad to be back, and well, not dead. Pretty good.
What's up, everybody? It's me, Edge. I play Trey, and a couple of different things here and there. Um, yeah, ready to hop into the stream and see what happens.
Hello again, everyone. Warren here playing Victor BELLSHANE. Pleasure to see you all again.
Our players having been met, of course, we will be missing our Erebus and Alejandro tonight, but we're sure they're with us in spirit. Or in obfuscate, who can tell? With that being said, let's jump into tonight's episode of Book of Saints. Begin each episode as we always do with a recap. Gentlemen, there's been some debate about how this is to take place. I turn it over to you. You can either continue your debate or take some initiative to a recap.
That's a horrible idea because if you're gonna give me a debate, I will run with the debate. So, all right,
You're so
I'll
compact,
just
ladies and gentlemen.
I'll just So yeah. Last session. We had some discussions, some talks. Uh, Airbus made some comments, drew some lines on the door, some hieroglyphs. Hieroglyphs? Hieroglyphs. On the door, made allusions to certain gods. Um, and yeah, it was real interesting. Real interesting. During the midst of that, we got a call from Felix. Felix had a contact coming through, or here, I guess, with some information if we wanted to. So we reconvened and decided to hit this club called Funk, Funk, Funk,
Unk.
Funk, Funk, with two things above the
Umlaut.
U, umlauts, umlaut,
One umlaut.
umlaut. Okay. Uh, umlaut. Uh, yeah, we went there, and yeah, it was a jamming club. It was cool. It was popping left and right. Weird, you know, um, you know, in Mexico City, but it was interesting. It was cool, when we got there, uh, it was me and Airbus or Trey Airbus. Victor got mad and drove his bike. I don't know why, but um, yeah. Well, we got there first, and then Airbus met Felix for the first time, and that was an interesting interaction as well. Um, but yeah, we went inside, danced a little bit. Got introduced to this DJ, Sneaker Net, right? Yeah. Um, Pretty cool cat, pretty cool cat. High stakes, some illusionary type stuff. Me personally don't know what's going on with that. That's new for me. Um, but yeah. He offered some information, resources if need be. Of course, we got to pay a price, and we did. We went and got some information about a touchstone of the hound that we're currently fighting, Fernando, if I believe that's correct, right? I have bad memory. But not the touchstone in particular, but the best friend of the touchstone. Got some information. Now we owe two debts, but then Erebus paid one of them debts, and then uh yeah, they did their thing. All right, because I feel like I feel like I'm going too deep. They did their thing, right? Um and then we broke out, and then me and Victor got into some stuff, and yeah, that was the recap.
Well done.
Don't lie to me.
I think it was good. Is
Was it
there anything
okay?
to add, Victor?
Nothing really. I'm pretty sure you covered pretty much all of it.
Yeah. We settled on possibly redoing the Voldery, and yeah, just strengthening those connections a little bit. Um, because yeah, there was a lot of doubt, a lot of questioning, a lot of you know, a lot of new feelings introduced in the pack.
Mostly by
So
Erebus. Go on.
yeah.
Take a man while he's obfuscated. So, as a brief reminder, Jason and Alejandro were asked to go procure some new havens in order to provide varying sleeping locations for the pack. Jason, I'm not going to. Actually, you know what? Fuck yeah. I'm going to make you roll for this. Do you have any contacts or allies or resources, anything you think might be helpful in your advantages or flaws?
Well, I got a bunch of cartel guys that I know all about, and a bunch of mostly criminals. Mostly criminals. God, there's a lot of criminals down there.
Do you have any
Criminals
contact
that don't
dots?
like.
It should be stated that Victor also specified not all of them need to be obtained legally,
Correct.
if you know what I mean.
Oh, great. Because let me tell you. Yeah, it looks like I got 3 here, 3 dots of contacts of here, and 3 more down here. So
Here doesn't
looks
tell
like
me anything, Jason. Thank you for the non-info. What is here?
I have 2 separate things of 3 dots. I don't know
Oh,
how.
nice.
We'll discuss
It's
the
probably one is probably like criminal contacts, and then there's usually just contacts in general.
Like
Uh,
family contacts, maybe, or something.
the one does, in fact, is family. The other one is strip criminal. So that probably is the case.
We'll dive into your sheet at a later date and how you keep track of your dot values, but your disorderly nature notwithstanding, I would like you to roll me intelligence and your dots and contacts, please.
Well, you know what? I had 1 success here.
Well, Jason, it's a difficult time to do this. You strangely enough, so lately in our current landscape, the Airbnb market is gradually failing. It's crashing slowly. It's on a slow decline. So that should mean that it opens up a lot of opportunity for you to buy property. However, you have a lot of individuals that are of the millennial generation that are looking to buy some fucking houses. And with this gradual decline, some are impatient rather than waiting for a true drop in the market. They're buying now, and that makes it difficult to acquire, at least without raising any unwanted eyes to your cause. On top of this, you have a good handle on a lot of the cartel activity in Mexico City. That doesn't mean you have a handle on all of it. The Airbnb market, any pristine locations that can be used as a safe haven for you, can likely be used as a safe haven for the cartels. Because you don't have a handle on everything, you're competing directly with other criminal organizations. Unfortunately, with 1 success, you are unable to procure a haven that night. You have several threads you can pull, and you have some things in the works, but as of right now, you don't have anything on the books.
Yep, gonna have to figure out something at least by tomorrow night, hopefully.
We are going to go into a little bit of a skip. You guys will get home. You guys will have gotten back from the club, and the sun will have to rise. So you will bed down for the day, and you will fall into your day sleep. Where we join you next is the following night. If everyone could kindly make me a rouse check as the night takes once more.
Success.
Leaving you all at what hunger levels?
2.
4.
2, 4, and Jason, you were so caught up in your exploits. The frustration of the endeavor's not going quite so as fruitfully as you had hoped. You forgot to feed. Rise this morning, and there's that throbbing, that awful hunger. The beast is at your ear immediately upon consciousness, and it demands that you.
Yeah, I'm gonna need to head out. Probably without doing my usual checks or anything. As soon as I'm up in the morning, night. I guess I'll pretty much almost immediately be heading to the living room and out the door if nothing stops me.
Victor, Trey, you guys' morning routines or your nightly routines. It's entirely up to you whether you'd be around whenever Jason finishes his nightly routine. And would you stop him?
I probably want it, or I'll, if he's rushing, I'll stop for conversation and, see how, you doing,
I'll remark again that as well. Are you intending to go off alone, Jason?
Yeah, I don't really. Yeah, pretty much. I'm gonna send a message to the little Trey saying, "Hey, I'm gonna go hunting for some food. Be back soon."
Oh, hold up. Text message back. Where you at?
Right outside the front door at the moment.
Outside the front door. Get you. Wait a second. And I'll run downstairs and open the door and see that Jason is going outside by himself. So I smack him in the back of the head and I pull him in, close the door. Where are you going? I'm getting tired of people always going out by themselves. Why is this something we don't learn?
Leaves a small trace, man.
A small trace. You know how many people we lost so far and how many people that could have died just because we small trace?
Last
No,
time I checked, every time all of us are together, something bad happens. So seems like if there's only
no,
one
it's
of
when
us.
we're together and then somebody takes off and then we just let them go by themselves.
Well, that's only when we're all together. Right now, it looks like there's only a few of us around, so I think
Stop being
nothing should
stupid.
happen.
All right, let's catch up with the others first. All right, you ain't bleeding at the hands and head. All right, you're good.
You know, what? I'm just
We got some
fine.
chickens in the backyard if you want.
Chickens in the back, yeah. Yeah, yeah, sure, fine. I'll stay for a little bit. Sure, we'll talk a little bit and
You
we'll
know,
get some pangs, okay?
Cain advised to feed on the animals. You know that, right? For clarity. Just saying.
Yeah, yeah. King did.
As a quick question, Jason, what is your blood potency?
It's still 2.
For you, animals like half hunger.
I guess it's still an option for me to kill some chickens. I guess.
Gonna be a lot of chickens.
I think
It might be.
we got like 10 right now. They eat the worms in the grass, so healthy fertilizer, soft soil.
Did we get chickens?
From that farm, we kept killing the animals. I just took a couple.
gonna have to eat a chicken, I guess, because right now the hunger is hitting, and it is not a nice feeling.
Good evening, everybody.
Good evening.
Oh, good evening to you too. How you doing?
Better than last night. Not good.
Hmm.
Where's everybody else
You,
at?
you were down here first. I was hoping you had seen them.
I didn't see anybody when I came down. Assumedly, everyone else just went out on their own too. Maybe, getting a fresh bite to eat or something. Who knows?
I hope not. We'll see. I'll go knock on doors.
You knock on doors. Whose door do you knock on first, Victor?
Alejandro, where is Alejandro? Everybody's sleeping. I know Monique has a room. Is Alejandro, did he take over the basement?
I believe. Correct me if I'm wrong, Trey, because you have. We've established kind of like. You have your own room now. You have your own space. If I recall back in season 1, you claimed the basement.
Hmm.
Okay.
That was,
So
I'm pretty sure that was Jason's in
That was
West
West
spot.
that claimed the basement.
Yeah.
okay. We'll say for the time being then until we have the player back. Alejandro has a room and a space himself. You knock on Alejandro's room, there is no reply.
I knock louder. Not knocking it
Okay.
down. I'm gonna open it up and see.
It's dark, but you can see him. He's lying on a sleeping area. Won't give too much narrative description again because the player is missing. I don't want to design their domicile for them. He's alive as much as he can be. He's awake, you think? He's lying on his back in that corpse-like position, arms at his sides, staring upwards. What do you do?
Are you good, Alejandro?
No reply.
I'm gonna go in there and shake him.
Shake him. He's not stiff. He's not rigid. He's not responding.
Well, this is disconcerting. Yeah. Trey, Jason.
Yeah, I'll come up there.
Yep, I'm heading up the stairs.
There you find Victor over Alejandro. Alejandro's eyes are staring upwards. Not responding.
All right, tickling it.
No response.
I'm gonna go check on Monique. See where she's at.
You go to her room and you find her. You knock? Or do you just kind of let yourself in?
I knock, invite myself in.
You find her. Her space is simple. She is packing a bag.
Are you good?
Yeah, why?
Alejandro is like in a coma or something.
Rough.
What's she doing?
going out.
With who?
My damn self.
Well, well, why do we keep doing this? I feel like I just keep repeating myself for some reason.
Is my priest asking that I stay?
That's a complex question. Do I have to be a priest to ask you to stay?
I value your opinions. I value your counsel. Right now, yes. You want me to stay, you ask me as your priest.
Yeah, I would like for you to stay as your priest.
Trey, go ahead and give me a... I want you to give me a wits and insight, please. Feel free to blood surge. If your willpower at your disposal.
I'll blood surge. A failure.
Hunger rises to 3, 2.
3.
This is on your back now. Kind of whispering to you. Maybe she's gonna go hunt. You should go with her.
5 with a messy crit.
5 with a messy crit. You understand. She acknowledges that a priest is asking her to stay. Her priest is asking her to stay. And through the blood that you all share, through the Valkyrie, you understand that she's trying to resist that. The desire for her to stay, the unity of the pack, she's trying to put up walls around herself to do as she pleases right now.
So essentially, she's trying to resist to stay.
Correct.
I'm heartbroken.
We'll get to the messy crit very shortly. Please continue if you so choose.
We both know now isn't a time for us to be alone and whatever is going on with Alejandro and this new guy that keeps coming around. We need to stay together. You understand that, right?
No, I understand that.
Well, whenever you're together, we like everybody to meet.
What's on the docket tonight? Right.
Is that her asking me? I guess find out what's going on with Alejandro and to address some tension that's forming, possibly. Most definitely feed.
Trey, out of character knowledge, mechanical wise, the messy crit is going to result in a compulsion. Compulsion is paranoia. You're paranoid, Trey. It's constant. You are constantly repeating yourself. Stay together. Don't go out alone. There's danger outside. We are at war. And you've watched everyone go against these words. Save for Monique. Monique hasn't. Taken it very seriously. Grouping up. Even with Felix, who she's shown an incredible dislike for. The paranoia is that you're going to lose one of your pack members. And it could very well be Monique. You need to keep her safe. You need to keep your pack safe. There's a sort of fatherly instinct that takes over. You need to keep your pack safe.
Oh. I'll be waiting for you whenever you're ready. Yeah.
Sure.
And I guess I'll crack the door, but stand outside, waiting, you know. Yeah, just in the hallway, I guess.
Understood. Meanwhile, Victor, Jason, he's still not responding. It's a strange thing to see. He's in some sort of trance or he's comatose. Anyone who would look at him, no pulse, no heartbeat, no breathing. He's dead. But there are signs of life. His eyes flick left, flick right every once in a while. He's not responsive.
Can I rack my brain for any kind of ritual or power or anything that could do this to him, or he did this himself by examining him? And
Go ahead and roll me wits and occult.
While he does that, you say his eye keeps flicking to the right, like his eyes keep looking to the right?
Left and right. It's not
Oh.
constant, but it's just
Oh, okay.
it's like he's looking in his peripherals every once in a while. It's very strange.
Can I see if he can track my fingers?
Put your fingers up. He's not following your fingers. Jason, go ahead and give me a wits investigation.
I roused the blood, failed the check, and got 4 successes.
Bringing you to hunger 2, correct?
Yes.
4 successes.
2 successes.
2 successes. You guys can share information. Victor, there's something about his eyes. There's a sort of glimmer, almost like a haze is over him. It's like a screen. It's very slight. But you know that this is sorcery of some sort. Either magic or blood sorcery or some sort of gift of Cain that you are unfamiliar with. But he's not here. He's doing something else. Fairly sure what, or what this could be. Jason, with 2 successes, you can track that he's not tracking you. His eyes are giving a window into what he's possibly seeing. He's unable to move. He's in a sort of loose torpor. He's not rigid or tight or, corpse-like, but he's unable to move. And the only things that are giving a window to that of what he could possibly be doing or looking at, he looks like he's conversing or looking back and forth between some other people that are speaking with him. Hi, Bindi.
You said something kind of interesting right there. Yeah, he's conversing. So, is there any sort of lip movements or airflow that I might be able to hear if I put my ear next to his lips or anything?
Put your head down, your ear right by his mouth. There's no air. There's just a soft whisper. Just a little thing. Difficult to tell. But he's muttering something.
What are you thinking, boss man?
I think it's some kind of sorcery, but I don't know if he's done this to himself or if somebody else is doing this to him. Did anything happen yesterday when you guys went out? I mean, obviously he made it back here.
Not that I can recall now. We did take separate vehicles, but he got back here near the same time as me. We've separated. Nothing I can recall.
Trey is right. We need to stop splitting up.
I mean, he walked back in just fine. Met him at the door. He was fine.
I'm gonna
Oh,
search the room, see if there's any evidence of him performing some kind of ritual.
Sure. No roll necessary. Search the room. You can see again that he was poring over those pages, the copied script that Trey had copied down that had appeared across his body. He's arranged them very interestingly, almost a pattern. There's one atop a row of 4, and then to the left of the I wish I could draw this out for you guys. A row of 4, one atop the one to the second farthest to the left, and then 3 more arranged in another column on the far left. I'll draw it out for you after game, promise. But he's arranged them in an interesting fashion, as if there's a pattern or a way to read this, and he's left it on his desk.
Cool. Let's go.
Hans follows you.
Go back to Alejandro's room.
Victor, Jason, Trey has returned with Monique.
Hey, do you know anything like this?
And it looks. No, I don't fuck with magic.
Do you think it's blood sorcery or something too?
I don't fuck with magic.
Did he do it to himself?
Can't really tell.
It.
For now, I'm assuming he did. Because Jason said he made it back here fine last night. Made it through the night or the day.
I mean, I could just slap him across the face. If he wakes up, then concentration ended. Maybe he's concentrating on it right now. Maybe he's not. Pain, wake him up.
I shook
I'll
him
be
and
honest.
nothing happened. But I'm
I'll be
worried
honest. This is the stuff that after he came through, right? The markings.
Oh, on the desk, yes.
I don't. I don't want us to do something, and then it's like waking up, somebody who's sleepwalking.
Jarring him from whatever trance he's in, and it hurts him. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like if we're not doing anything with him, Just leave him here then.
At this point, I think that's the best we can do, and hope he comes out of it. But it kind of hinders our discussion we were going to have.
We got some things to talk about, and I don't know what to do with this. If I'm hesitant to try to intervene, so but that's just me.
I agree. For now, we'll have to leave him here and hope he gets out of whatever this is. Let's go downstairs. Have this discussion.
If I can though, I don't have anything off the top of my head to say, but I would like to recite some affirmations, if I may,
By all means.
in his ear. So before I leave.
Understood.
Are you wanting us to get out of the room for that and do it in private, or are you just going to start doing it right before we leave?
Yeah, I'm gonna just start it.
Yeah, Jason's.
I'm gonna be
working on
more whispering it in his ear. So
Whisper affirmations from the word of Cain. You do this. Then all of you assemble in the living room.
I'll kick this off. Our new confidant, I guess, is the best way to refer to him for now, brought some things to light and is putting a lot of chips and cracks in us that should not be so easily formed. Trey, I left you last night because I don't know what came over me, but I was freaked out that you wanted my place. He got in my head. On top of that, and I'm gonna look to Monique, I saw the way you looked at me when he mentioned Lilith. And I know since we got here, some things I've done have not been up to snuff. I have, in some senses, failed as the leader of this pack.
You're not the leader of this pack.
And what am I? It seems like
Mexico City
everybody
has
looks to
no
me for
bishop.
guidance.
I follow my pack priest.
excuse the facial expressions, but let's stop. Let's try to talk this through here before just we had a little dent.
Fine, let's talk it through then. We decided to walk a path together. Path of honorable accord. Within that, there's a hierarchy of sins that your grandsire passed along to us. on that hierarchy is associating with the dishonorable. Failing to protect your allies, placing personal concerns over duty, breaking your word, your oath, failing to honor an agreement. So let's talk about it.
Feel I've broken those.
You're not really walking this fucking path.
This is excuse me, I'm not trying to speak out of turn, but I get a feel like this is something all new to us. And I'm not saying your concerns or what you're saying is invalid. But if you truly have broken these, can you give me instances?
Let's start with the simple things. Associating with dishonorable. You weren't around for what Lilith caused. The efforts made against our pack. You weren't around for Ohio and the war. Everything we did. She was an enemy. Make no fucking mistake. She was an enemy. A Camarilla dog, nothing more.
That's what you don't understand, Monique, is she was more. She was not just a Camarilla dog. She actually was on our side. She is part of the reason we made it out of there alive.
Then she's a fucking turncoat to her own people, and that makes it even worse. Where do her honors actually lie? If all of them cross boundary of sect, of clan, she has no honor. Victor.
Her honor lies with the people, not the sect.
Where is she? While we try to liberate Mexico City.
I neglected to tell her what we were doing or where we were. I'm sure she knows. But I purposely left her out of it because I felt that it was our pack and it was us to do this.
Joseph. She was one of the people that took Joseph. No, he wasn't the best. No, he wasn't the most upstanding. No, he wasn't the greatest to be around. But he was pack. And because of her and her friends, he's a Camarilla dog too. You watched her leash and collar one of your own. How can you possibly still associate with the one that holds his fucking lead?
You say she leashed and collared him as though she forced him to turn on us. She didn't. Joseph was always going to turn on us because of what my sire did. Because of the person she was. Joseph turned on us because he felt like he was not heard or cared about or that anybody gave a shit about him.
They killed Mashenka's sire. They did it. All of them. They plotted and planned and fucking ruined us. Your defense of her makes me fucking sick. In that way, you fail to protect your allies. She is a risk. Barring everything else that she did, she is Camarilla. I don't give a fuck where her friendships lie. I don't give a fuck if she's got family, friends, loved ones across all sect. Don't care. She is a leak. She is a risk. Everything you tell her, her being in your fucking contact list is a risk. And you put us all at risk every night we go to sleep.
You haven't been communicating with her, have you?
I have not. I was going to when we talked about trying to solidify a resource network, but I haven't told her anything. I haven't talked to her since we left.
I don't need to defend. Give any further examples. You want proof? Check his fucking. You can feel it in the blood. I know you can.
Freely hand it over. I have not communicated with her since we left.
Obviously, this is before me. But I feel like this is before the path we started on together, right?
The path we started together was based on a fucking lie. And it's only getting worse. Who's your cousin, Jason? Which ones are you keeping in contact with? When Erebus brought it up, you freely admitted.
I got a lot of cousins, a lot of family.
Fuck your family, we're anti-Tibri. Sabat, we're not Hakata, La Sombra, Gangrel. We are the Sword of Cain. What do they know?
I have not spoken of what we do.
Don't give me that bullshit.
You keep judging us for everything we used to have. You keep pulling up the past of our leader. Despite you claiming he's not. Yet you followed him. You followed him all the way from America to here. You followed him, and now you bite at him.
I haven't begun to bite, Jason. Would you like to see me try?
I'd prefer you not to turn on any of us.
What she's saying isn't true.
How do you know what does that even mean?
What he's saying is that she is right to have these concerns. Even I can see that. But you also know me. We went through Ohio together. We came here together. I have never done anything that I have never tried to harm our own. And you know that. And you know our pack before and the diablerie they were involved in what they were trying to do. And I'm not saying that it's right, that everything that happened, I'm not saying it's right that I still have Lilith's number. But I figured on a rainy day, it might be nice to have a contact, an ally.
Like I said, Victor, you're not actually walking this fucking path. Maybe you're right. Maybe you haven't tried to harm any of us. Maybe you're just fucking inept.
And who gave me the reins, Monique? If I recall, I didn't want this. I told both you and Mashenka that I was not ready to be the leader, but neither were you. So I had to step up. Maybe I am inept, but at least I'm trying. You were perfectly happy to sit back and take orders.
You can consider your tenure complete, Victor. Like I said, Mexico City has no bishop.
What do you think we're here to fix?
Stop
Maybe
feeding
you're
her
right.
first.
Maybe I'm not fully on this path.
Victor, stop. This. We came here with a goal, right? Do we still have that same goal? What's your goal, Victor?
To reclaim Mexico for the Sabbat. To have my pack as a family over a dictatorship that it was before.
Monique?
Perhaps a dictatorship is what's needed. I follow my priest.
And if
Jason?
your priest chooses to follow me,
I'll give my
Jason?
counsel where it's needed.
I've just wanted to have an actual damn family. One that doesn't chain me. One that doesn't chain me to every single goddamn word I speak. One that I can actually just fully say, yeah, yes, this is my brother. I know he won't stab me. I want something I can actually trust. And I trust Victor.
Birds of a feather.
you've asked all of us, what of you, Trey?
There's one thing that brought us here, and that's Cain. We have his gospel, we have his stories, his teachings, and we're here to enforce that because we are his blade. So whatever we need to do that, I suggest we do. If that means destroying bridges that we've built for safety nets, then we do that. That means utilizing our resources, our families to spread his word, then that's what we do. And if that means sticking with those that could best do that, then we stay. I personally feel like this is getting clouded with personal ambition, seeking bishops, seeking leadership, companionship. No, what we should be doing is for his will only. Or did we not read the same gospel?
Just take a moment and think. Take a moment and look. Jason, where is your mind in this moment?
Annoyance, anger, just I honestly feel a lot of anger, almost hatred for this situation we're in. In the end, I'm not I understand we all have our own goals, but in the end, I know it is just me looking at my own wants and desires, but in the end, I'm not here for this old family, the old family. I want something that actually feels like it's there. And hearing all this, I'm not seeing it, and I'm feeling like all this was a waste of time.
Victor?
Confusion, trying to understand and remedy and fix. I can see that he's right. I never wanted to be the leader, and somewhere along the way I tried. Mexico needed a leader, and I was ready to claim that title somewhere that happened. Part of me wanted that.
Right.
There are a lot of mixed emotions and a lot of this. I don't say big emotions is disappointment, uh, concern, and anger. So he's trying to temper anger, I guess. Yeah, yeah. Monique.
Are you asking?
Out of character, yeah.
Perfect. I would like anyone who would like some insight into to roll wits and insight. May feel free to bloodstone.
Success on the surge.
Success as well for the surge.
4 successes.
How you doing over there, Jason?
One single success.
Did you
I'm
bloodstone?
doing ones today. Oh no, absolutely not. I'm still at 4 hunger.
5 successes.
5 successes, 4 successes, 1 success. Jason, tempers are high, and emotions in general are high. You're unable to really focus on what Monique is trying to convey. At this moment, you're distracted a bit, challenged. Victor, challenged. This feels like a schism. This happens a lot within the family. People draw lines, make alliances. The bloodlines are constantly fighting. This feels all too... It's just more of the same. Nothing mechanically that tells you to do anything. TREY and Victor. She's hurt. Pissed. She feels as if she's been wronged. Lost trust in Victor and Shane. Not entirely. Not leaving. As of right now, she feels fit to be bishop. She truly, if Pack itself is not walking the path they set out.
Let's do this. But you're right, Trey. At some point, I became greedy. Can't completely take a step back or we'll get crushed. But we also can't go into the rest of this with our pack the way we are. To fix us first. What can I do to make this right with all of you?
I just step aside, Victor. I don't say anything. Already has my trust.
I would say you need to address whatever concerns has put forth here and remedy it. If Lilith Key is a thorn in our side, then let's pluck the thorn. And I'll be honest, the things that she mentioned that happened before don't paint a pretty picture.
Nothing that happened before with our pack was pretty. Why we fell apart to begin with and why we left. Our pack was very fucked up before and we're trying not to repeat the sins of the past. Want me to lose her number, then I will. That is what we all feel must be done. Our pack, despite what you may think, does come first.
Victor and manipulation. Either persuasion, leadership, intimidation. Or if you're subject.
Would my specialty of smoothing over tensions come into play here?
Of course.
7 successes with a crit.
7 successes with the crit. You all see Monique soften just a bit. Not forgiveness. This is the slightest of chances, the slightest. She's holding. It's not forgiveness. Walk.
I will be better. may still stumble and I may still fall. That is what our pack is here for.
We all have things that we need to work. Transparency, communication, and faith. That means speaking up and letting us know rather than leaving. And putting personal gain in front of his gain. Can we eat?
Together.
Hard.
Look to Jason.
I give a nod.
I think it would probably do good because I don't want to live on. Yeah, I'd rather go hunt, but I want to keep the thing together. So if I may suggest, right, you know, we just tag along with whatever preferences we have. Like, Victor, you might want, a brunette or something. We'll tag along, be the wingman. Jason, you might like a specific cemetery or something. And I know me personally, I like to, go hunt for my food. Um, Pretty sure I share the same with Monique, but I would love to have y'all tag along, you know.
I like it. We'll each go all together to each other's.
Choose. Disagreeable to the pack?
Yeah. Yeah.
Family bonding.
It's literal family bonding.
Right. What is
Lead us
your
off.
predator type?
My predator type is the animal one. What's the specific name? Farmer.
Do you happen to know your role?
I mean, I can find out real quick.
For everyone's knowledge, I'll be
I,
calling on all of you. So if you want to get ahead of the question, by all means.
I ain't
I
got
would
one.
I would also, on a personal note, like to communicate with Monique. Since we're both gambling, and Proverbs state, under confusion, drink your fill of animal blood, and sleep on with the earth. And I would like to propose that idea to her specifically. You know, so I don't know. How do you roll? How do you roll your predator type? Yeah,
Understood.
composure and animal kin. Okay. That's decent. That's decent. Pick three.
Jason, what is your predator type?
Alley cat.
Easy enough. Strength and brawl, please.
Yes, please.
Victor, yours was previously Osiris, correct?
Yes.
Or no? It was Siren?
No,
It's
it was
still
Osiris.
Osiris. It has not changed yet.
Manipulation and
6.
subterfuge, or intimidation plus fame?
6 with a
Trey?
crit.
Where that at?
We're going big game hunting. with Chewie too.
Understood. Victor, it's on page 307, true page 307. Manipulation and subterfuge, or intimidation plus fame. Fame is going to be not a stat or an attribute or anything like that. It's part of your advantages, your merits and flaws. Big game hunting, Trey.
Yeah.
Big game in Mexico.
Yeah.
Easy enough.
The more dangerous, the better.
So, big game. Difficult kind of to define here. It can be anything from the desert mule to deer to, if you wanted to get technical, javelinas.
Javelinas be tearing some stuff up.
Yeah, boar in general, anything in the wild pig family can start to cause some problems. We'll say for the sake of this, though, verify something.
Well, what up? I know there's been reports of like jaguars coming across the border. I know this.
Or a pack of coyotes. Pack taking on a pack.
But they coyotes though. That's like rabbits.
There are jaguar in Mexico. In Mexico City, however, it's a bit of a stretch. I'll say
You can
this.
travel?
You can travel. You absolutely can. For the sake of this, we'll say that you do. You will have to take the car to get a decent mile away. You'll have to speed. With 7 successes and a crit, correct?
6 with a crit.
6 with a crit. You don't find a pack of jaguars. But you manage to find near an outcrop. There is a jaguar separated from its pack.
I don't want to kill a jaguar. They're too majestic.
Most unfortunate.
Oh, you know what? No, the javelina. What?
Big game hunting. Made a whole argument for jaguars. Unfortunate.
But cool. No, I'll take it.
It's expertly done. Jason, Victor, it's a sight to behold. Trey, Monique, picking up to a jaguar. Trey, do you change form, or do you hunt in your
Is Monique
United States?
is Monique hunting her own prey, or is this like a combined effort?
We'll say, for the sake of this, Monique will hunt and find her own prey. We'll say that the javelinas are what she finds. The not javelinas. We'll say boar. Javelinas are a little bit smaller than the wild boar that can be around the desert.
All right. No, I will not transform, but I will do my best to let the beast take me. And maybe, use protein, things of that nature.
Understood.
To best fulfill that vibe.
It's a primal thing you witness, Jason, Victor. It's bestial. It's savage. It's natural, even. It's interesting to witness. You're largely almost in the way in this regard. Trey and Monique hunt as animals do. There's not much you can do to help. There's not much you can do but bear witness. Interesting thing you see. The savagery. of clan gangrel. Jason, the result of your roll.
Well, for my own hunt, I had 3 successes with a possible bestial failure.
So Trey, Monique are both. If you choose to kill your prey, it's not really an option to take you down to 0, but you can to bring yourselves down to 1. I'll say this as well, Trey. If you don't want to kill the jaguar, you don't have to.
Well, I mean, you mentioned this before on a different session about, my transformation. And I feel like this would be like a therapeutic way of adopting, a transformation. I would like to consume it and become this jaguar.
Understood. Drink deep. It's not a diablerie as with Canaanites, but drink deep. Jaguars are incredible creatures. They hold a special place to those south. Your eyes change. Your fangs elongate as you drink. Not gone, but the wolf recedes. See the fur change. The night truly become clear as day. Hear the sounds of the desert. And smell the soil. You take in Jaguar. Everything that it has. You leave the body, Trey.
I want to be respectful, but I'm not sure how to show that respect.
You can recite something from the Book of Nod, leaving it. You can. Leaving it would give it back to the earth. You can take it with you. You can claim it as your own in sort of skinning and a more traditional sense of claiming the fur.
Yeah, I'll recite words of the gangrel from the book. And kind of as a personal offering and let it return to the earth, to the soil. But yeah.
It will feed the world. The earth. Take in its blood. Take the flesh, fur, the bone. Passes from this place. We now hunt in a more concrete jungle. Jason of the alley cat predator type. You hunt very differently. Corner those. Use your strength. Use intimidation. Take some narrative control. How would you like to? What is your marked?
Well, I am definitely hungry, but most of all, I may not be looked down on as correct, but I'm here to relieve stress. I look for something that looks like they will fight back. A target in alley, someone that looks like they are large, strong, confident. Something that I can hunt.
Trey, Victor, Monique. They all move behind you as you catch someone in an alley. Behind a bar. He has a cigarette in his mouth. He is taking his manhood out. He's taking a leak on the side of the building. Large gentleman, black tank top, silver chain necklace. Heavily tattooed. Has a goatee, handlebar mustache. Turns as you all cast shadow from the streetlights over him. Zips his pants back up and says, ¿Qué pasó, hermano? Talking to you, bitch? What are you looking at?
Looking at some scum on the side of the building. I think you owe some people. I think you owe me. I'll make sure that I get that.
Shit. You and your fucking friends want to fight? Let's go. It's easy, Jason. He takes the first move. Trey, Victor, do you do anything? Or is this just witnessing?
Witnessing, but
And the
I'm not letting the homie get knocked out. All right.
pretty much, unless he asks or is in need of help, which I highly doubt. This is his thing.
Jason, you hunt. Sometimes hunting is a little long. It's less of a catch and simply bite and drink toy. There's a fight put up, just like you wanted. You punch, you brawl, you tear the suit, the tie comes loose. It's a ripping of flesh and clothing. Makes you bleed, Jason. Not enough to warrant any superficial damage or aggravated damage by any means, but it's a brawl, and were you immortal, you could be on the ropes. He's a fighter. Picked a good one. The smile that comes to your face as Victor and Trey watch as you get up, wiping blood from your mouth. It smells divine. This is where you're at home. He's very much exhausted, but tiring quickly. You can see his breath heaving. The veins are popping. His own knuckles are bloody. Yours and his mixing on his fists. Stands up and raises. Bobbing, no weaving. He's a street tough, and he's a rock. Eventually comes to a close, though. You have endurance. The endurance of undeath. Eventually falls. You are cursed in other ways that your family, your chosen family, is not. He's unconscious. When you bite him, it breaks him out of this stupor. The consciousness, kicking, writhing, and screaming, clawing at you, begging help from anyone who might be listening. You inflict pain immeasurable as you try. How much do you take?
I want to take today. He fought good. I want to take just enough but to let him live.
Leave him severely. You will be unconscious well into the morning. The mixture of blood loss mixed with pain will throw him into unconsciousness that the sun will not wake. Victor Trey, you witness this. Pain of the cup. Victor, the result of your roll. Say again?
I had a question about mine. So mine says that it can be aided by other disciplines, since I am either bullying and intimidating or flattering somebody. I was wondering if my awe could come into play.
You may absolutely activate awe.
Okay. We're going to go to the local law school student hangout. Wherever that may be. And I'm going to walk in and I'm just going to activate awe and start chatting up whoever will listen.
Understood. What is the roll you'd like to make? Manipulation and subterfuge or intimidation and fame?
Manipulation subterfuge.
All means. The activation of awe, for this sake, for your mechanical purposes, will grant a lower DC.
I got 2.
There's one young student. Boy, really. He recognizes you. He's followed your work. He wasn't aware that you were actually in the city. He's, of course, heard that you opened up a firm here. His goal is to, one, get a good work-life balance, a school-life balance, so that he can apply for a sort of internship of some sort. He admires your work, specifically against the church, against the zealots that are false, heretical, and corrupt teachings of priests and clergymen that have preyed upon the populace. He hopes to follow in your footsteps, in a sense, Victor. Here to learn. Any pointers you have, he'd love to listen.
During our conversation, I would be guiding him, giving him pointers of how, when you are going after them, these believers, bringing up their sins and transgressions in the courtroom may not win you the trial, but it will win the war. And as we're talking, just be slowly coaxing him towards the bathroom as we're talking. That is where I will feed.
You do this, Trey, Jason. Much like with Trey's feeding, there's not a whole lot you can do here. Watch Victor work. You understand that he's known by mortal society, which can be very dangerous. Watch as he guides and mentors. Watch the honeyed words of Victor BELLSHANE fill this young man's ears. Victor has always been careful with the pack. Not a tyrant, a dictator. Been very, most part, until tonight, what you believe to be front. Tonight you catch the half-truths, lies, the honeyed words, the silver tongue. The man that won nearly all his court cases. Tonight you see how dangerous Victor BELLSHANE can be. How quiet. How calm. There's no screaming. There's no blood to be washed off his hands. He emerges from the bathroom, dabbing at his lips with a pocket handkerchief.
Sorry to interrupt, just to specify, he is not dead. And I would have used Dominate Cloud Memory on him.
Tonight, the three of you went together. Tonight, the three of you are successful enough that you gather essence, purpose, a bit of the soul, intense emotion, your marks. You all gather a resonance. This will persist until you waste it away. Feel alive. I'll let you know the resonance you have at the end of the stream. Feed tonight. And perhaps you solidify your conviction. Be together as pack. You witness one another. Get a true sense who the saints are. And that is where we'll close tonight's session. Thank you all for joining us, and thank you for watching. We're going to go around the table, reintroduce ourselves, let everyone know who you are, where they can find you, who you've been playing tonight. Beginning, of course, with Trey.
Yeah, I'm Edge. I played TREY. I did a little stint as Morgan on Transylvania backends. I did a little stint on the Ways of Old Witcher as Nyoka. Yeah, hopefully in the future I'll be able to do some more. But yeah, it's been pretty cool session tonight.
Excellent. Jason.
Well, you won't find me anywhere, but I've enjoyed playing Jason. I've enjoyed all the emotion tonight. I've enjoyed seeing everyone here. I've enjoyed having you guys watch. It's been great. Oh, and it's also been great being an illusionary imagination and the big man's head, but you know, besides that, pretty good.
Victor.
I am Warren, playing Victor BELLSHANE. And you can also catch me tomorrow playing Curious Spirit Distant Rain on our D&D stream. That's about it for me.
Absolutely. Myself, I have been your storyteller for tonight's chronicle. I am Gilbert Ramos, found everywhere at Ramos the Nomad. TikTok, Twitter, Twitch, Blue Sky, all of those things. I do many things, far too many to list. You can find me all over here on the Nomads channel, as well as on other places and other things, doing other games and such. I'm bad at shilling myself. But, you know, I'm not bad at shilling? The Rolling Nomads. Find us right here on twitch.tv/Rolling Nomads. It's where all of our actual plays and our Azure Storytelling Studio is and all that good stuff. We'll be expanding things very shortly, but the schedule at the current rate is up to date. So, you can find these episodes over on YouTube 4 days after air date. They go up on youtube.com/Rolling Nomads, and that's where you'll find our catalog of actual plays and such. Find clips and highlights of these things over on our TikTok at _Rolling Nomads for as long as TikTok is still a thing. That's still a question mark, I guess. But for as long as it's still a thing, you can find us at _Rolling Nomads, where we find our highlights and stuff like that. Highlights, key moments, and you know, stuff you might not have realized you enjoyed. Head over there and you might have something new for your morning commute. You can find us over on Twitter and Blue Sky. It's the best way to keep up to date with us. At _Rolling Nomads on Twitter. At Rolling Nomads on Blue Sky. It's where we post our cancellations, our late starts, our new programming, our announcements, our YouTube uploads, all that good stuff. That's really the best way to keep up to date with all the stuff that we do online. And that, I believe, is us in a handbasket. So, thank you so much for being here. Thank you for hanging out. And we appreciate you very, very much. We will catch you guys next time. Same place, same K-Nights. We'll see you.